The former Secretary General of Umkhonto weSizwe Party, Shivambu, continues to attack the EFF and Umkhonto weSizwe Party. I thought Shivambu said the purpose of Maibuyo consultation process was to speak with South Africans and ask if South Africans need a new political party or not. But if you go online, you will see that the videos that are circulating are not videos of Shivambu having meaningful discussions with the people. These are not videos of the debates that are being had in the consultation process. These are not videos of people giving feedback to Shivambu, but mostly the videos that are circulating are videos of Shivambu attacking the EFF and the MK party. And I still do not understand their strategy. I think that Shivambu is sabotaging his own mission, because right now, people are not looking at Maibuyo consultation process as the real consultation process that wants to have meaningful engagements with them. But people are looking at Maibuyo consultation process as nothing but a platform to attack the EFF and Umkhonto weSizwe Party. I don't know if this is what Shivambu wanted. I don't know if Shivambu or any of the people in his team are aware of this image that the consultation process has actually built for itself. I don't know. Maybe these are the results that they want. And if I have to play the devil's advocate, maybe Shivambu knows that South Africans, they love drama, man. When it comes to politics, South Africans, they love drama. If we're going to sit here and have meaningful discussions with the people and release those videos, South Africans are not going to watch those videos. So we will just embed our messages in these attacks that we are making towards the EFF and the MK party. And this is how you make South Africans listen to you. Maybe this is how Shivambu is looking at everything that is happening to say, no, I know this is how it is. In South Africa, South Africans, they don't care about policy. So don't listen to these people that are telling us that we are not speaking about policy. They are only saying that because they don't want us to continue speaking about their favorite politicians. And we will continue to hit the dog until the owner comes out. In the words of Julius Malema, we will continue to hit the dog until the owner comes out. And it looks like this is exactly what Shivambu is doing.
Part of the reasons, even if there was no MK, even if I was not going to do anything, one of the things that I was not comfortable with throughout my years in parliament, the 10 years in parliament, was a culture of disruption and rudeness that characterized those that we served with. And all of those things were just planned, like in a childish way, with no purpose. Sometimes even when there are areas of agreement, you realize that on this question we can agree. Why don't we sit down and agree on this issue and then we'll raise our issues robust? No, today we're going to disrupt. It was not something that happened spontaneous. It was planned in a meeting. And I can tell you now that there was only one person who initiated those disruptions. It was not the leadership collective.
And one thing I have realized about Shivambu is that he does not like accountability. I have never heard Shivambu hold himself accountable for anything. I have never heard Shivambu say that I made this decision and it was a wrong decision. I have never heard him say that. This guy was attacking Jacob Zuma for 10 years when he was in the EFF. And when he went to join the political party of Jacob Zuma, he started to tell South Africans that he was misled about Jacob Zuma. We are talking about a guy who was the deputy president of the EFF, a guy who was in parliament. These people are privy to some of the information that we are not privy to. That's why when they speak, some people actually listen, because they're saying that, no, these people, they know some of the things that they don't know. So when Shivambu says that Jacob Zuma is corrupt, we as the EFF supporters, we're going to say that Jacob Zuma is corrupt. Then when he went to join the political party of Umsholozi, he started to tell South Africans that he was misled. Can you just imagine, man, Shivambu actually tried to make South Africans believe that he was misled, even by the media, even by some of the things that were reported about Jacob Zuma. And we know that these are people that never actually believed in the media. These are the people that have always told us that the media is the problem. But now you are in the party of Jacob Zuma and you are telling South Africans that the same media actually misled you. I have never heard Shivambu hold himself accountable. Now, He's talking about the disruptions that the EFF used to make in the parliament. And again, it was not his decision. He had nothing to do with that. Floyd Shivambu is always innocent. And me, guys, I cannot trust people who cannot hold themselves accountable. It's hard for me to trust anybody who cannot hold themselves accountable. It's like when you meet a new person and this person is telling you about their ex, and your question is, why did you and your ex break up? And this person only tells you about what the ex did instead of what they did. There's a problem with that. There's a problem with that. Why are you not telling me about the things that you done that may have potentially led to your breakup? No, it is not my fault. It was the fault of that person. This is Floyd Shivambu right now. Everything was not his fault. Everything was not his fault. He was always on the right side. Always on the right side. Went to Jacob Zuma political party, people telling him that Floyd Shivambu, those people that will be joining there at Jacob Zuma political party are corrupt. Those people, man, are not good people. He said, no, man, these are best people. These are people who have the experience. We are ready to govern this country. And I did not join the MK party to lead it. As soon as the MK party demoted him from the position of the Secretary General, he started to throw his toys, to come out to tell South Africans things that they already know, that Jacob Zuma is surrounded by the scoundrels. Floyd Shivambu did a press conference angry, telling South Africans that Jacob Zuma is surrounded by the scoundrels. We told you a long time ago that Jacob Zuma is surrounded by the scoundrels. But everything that happened in the MK party, he did not play any role in that. Everything that happened in the EFF, he did not play any role in that. And there's a problem. There's a problem with that. There's a problem with that. If Floyd Shivambu were to actually hold himself accountable for some of the things that happened in his political career, people will actually look at him differently. People will say that, yeah, you can say whatever that you want to say about Floyd Shivambu, but the guy was bold enough to say that I'm responsible for 1, 2, 3, and I apologize for that. I realize my mistakes. People will actually look at you different. But for you to try to pretend as if you are clean, there's nobody holier than you, it is a problem.
And that was mistaken to be said so-called militancy and radicalism. And we kept on asking, how does this relate to voters on the ground or to the people that sent us here? And that is why some of those things, there is 600,000 lesser people who voted for that organization because they realized, but we sent you to represent us there, but you are grandstanding. So it's one of the things which, even if there was no MK or any other thing, we were going to disassociate from. And we raised it internally. What is the strategic value? What is the tactical value even of wanting to be disruptive? And what then happens? You know, the saddest thing that you will see is that the younger generations that get to associate with that organization, even in councils and legislatures, for no reason, they just go and disrupt and engage themselves in violence. And then they think that is being revolutionary because the leader says, no, that is being revolutionary.
But you were with that party for 10 years, for over 10 years, man. You were with the same political party for over 10 years. And you seem to have enjoyed what happened there. You seem to have enjoyed what the EFF was doing.
What kind of revolution is that? That is just disruption even when it's senseless. It's one of the things which will never define and be the character of Maibuye. Will engage robustly, will tell the truth, will tell no lies, will claim no easy victories. But we will not be disruptive for the sake of it. We will not be disrespectful and just want to disrupt at any given point, even when you have got an opportunity to give leadership and guidance.
So it looks like these attacks that Floyd Shivambu has been making towards the EFF are slowly creeping in Winnie Madikizela Mandela House, man. I remember a couple of days ago, I was having a conversation with a couple of my friends. So one of my friends is an EFF member. And this guy was saying, no, we don't want Julius Malema to say anything. We don't want Julius Malema to say anything. We want Julius Malema to continue ignoring Floyd Shivambu. And I understand why the EFF supporters actually want Julius Malema to continue ignoring Floyd Shivambu. I mean, Julius Malema has a lot to lose. And these people, they've known each other for a very long time. I'm sure that there are things that Floyd Shivambu knows of Julius Malema that we don't know of. And there are things that Julius Malema knows of Floyd Shivambu that we don't know of. And if these people go to war, we might actually learn about those things. And Julius Malema and the EFF and the supporters of the EFF, they are looking at this political party to say that, no, man, if we actually go to war with Floyd Shivambu, this guy is only going to say one thing. There's going to be a day where Floyd Shivambu says one thing, and the South Africans will be milking that. They will be milking that, and that will be the end of the economic freedom fighter. So I understand why the supporters of the EFF, they don't want Julius Malema to do the back and forth with Floyd Shivambu because they understand that the EFF, they have a lot to lose. This is a big organization that has structures all over the place. They are in parliament, so it is a big organization. And Floyd Shivambu, as somebody who was very close to the leader of this organization, I'm sure that he has some information that if he releases, man, there's going to be hell to pay. There's going to be hell to pay. But last week, Julius Malema, when he was doing the interview there with the CD, he actually got to speak about Floyd Shivambu and to say that, no, man, Floyd Shivambu is a coward. I know that this guy says that they have spoken about some of these things that he was not happy about in the EFF, but it is a lie because these people, they never confronted me. They never spoke about these things in my face.
They can say whatever nonsense they want to say. You said Floyd, you never said anything about Floyd. You know why? He never dared to say that thing to me, on my face. He had access to me in private, in public. So why would I entertain such a coward? He never dared to say those things he's saying about me. He never told me, on my face. He never, if he's that strong and political, he never tried chances to remove me.
Within the party.
Then you can remove me from outside. Dali with his qualifications of being a credentials lawyer, this and that, a brave man, what. He never said those things he says about me on my face. Mbwiseni never said any nonsense he says about me on my face. And then they act all brave when they are outside. Come be brave, Let's see what's going to happen. Anything I had to say to them, I said it to them right on their faces.
This is Piri.
I mean, like, guys, let's be honest. When you look at Julius Malema, as the leader of the political party, when I look at Malema, I understand why people who hate Malema hate him so much. And I understand, again, why people who love Julius Malema love him so much, man. This guy is very polarizing. But as a leader of a political party, you actually want to have somebody like Malema on your side, whether you like it or not. The people that actually hate Julius Malema, they hate Julius Malema because he's fighting for a different interest. He's fighting for the interests that are not aligned to them. That's why people who love Julius Malema, they love him so much because this guy is bold enough to say whatever that he wants to say. He doesn't apologize. He doubles down. Julius can attack you today, and tomorrow there's a firestorm about that. He will go out and double down. And you want a leader like that. You don't want a leader that goes out and apologizes for everything that they say. You don't want a leader like that. Everybody needs a bit of Malema in their side. I must say, man. I must say. And I think this is the reason why our politics has moved so slowly, man, because even some of the people that are conservatives in this country, the conservatives in this country, they never actually owned up to the title of being a conservative. They know, they are afraid of being conservative, of saying that we are conservatives, we are on the right. They are afraid of that. But the people on the left, they are not shy to say that, no, we are on the left. We are on the left, and this is a problem that South Africans are facing right now, that the conservatives are not being represented in this country. The conservatives are not represented in this country. So Julius Malema, man, he's quite polarizing, man, as a leader, man. He's quite polarizing as a leader. And I think, man, if I were to be a leader of a political party, man, I would take a couple of pages, man, from Julius Malema. I don't want to lie. Julius Malema is like Donald Trump. But these people, man, they don't apologize. And if they say something, they don't care who says what. They don't care who says what, man. I hate it when a leader of a political party is giving a speech somewhere. Maybe let's say John Steenhuisen is giving a speech somewhere. And in that statement of his, something that he said was interpreted as racist. And now there are attacks on John Steenhuisen. I don't like it if a leader faces something like that, and the first thing that they do is to apologize and to tremble, man, to tremble in front of pressure. I don't like that, man. I want somebody who says that, yeah, I said it. Yes, we said that. We said that. I don't want the leaders who tiptoe, man. But if you look at many of the leaders in this country, they like to tiptoe. That's why Gayton McKenzie became so popular. This is again why Gayton McKenzie became so popular, because Gayton McKenzie, we can say whatever that we want to say about Gayton McKenzie, but when it comes to what he believes in, when it comes to whatever that he says, Gayton McKenzie says whatever that he says, and he will take whatever heat that will come with that. And that's why the members of Patriotic Alliance, they will look at Gayton McKenzie and they say, this is our fighter. This guy does not care about being popular. He does not care about being politically correct. This guy will say whatever that he thinks that it is right. And if you don't like it, deal with it. And we want political leaders like that. We want leaders like that. But in this country, man, most of these political leaders, man, are sissies, man. They are sissies. They say one thing today, a small backlash. They are back, man, releasing statements, releasing apologies, explaining. And you are not fighting for the people, man. And it is not appealing to South Africans. It is not appealing. It is not appealing.
This is back and forth now happening.
That's why when Dali says, let's join, let's collapse, I tell him on his face, no, it's not going to happen. And they are scared to tell him, they come to me. Or no, we're with this person in a meeting, this is what he said. Okay, call him. And then he came, I told him.
Directly.
Look at all of them. You can single them out. You can actually leave that thing you are doing of studying politics in Africa. Just study those who left the EFF and where they are. Do a thesis on that. Yeah, they're going to take your honors into masters straight. Because, hey, they are hobos. Even the...
It says that they are hobos. Hey, Julius. Julius Malema says that these people that have left the EFF are hobos now. And you will never make him apologize for that. You will never make Julius Malema apologize for calling these people that have left the EFF the hobos now. You will never make him apologize for that. So the EFF, the leader of the student command, Sitlelonzi, has actually fired back to say that, guys, we need to ignore Shivambu. We need to ignore Shivambu.
He has something negative to say about the EFF. Every time he takes a platform, hayi mna ndandingafuna ukulwa eParliament ndamiswa nguMalema. Hayi mna ndiyayazi babentshontsha kwi-municipalities. But Chief, you said you are going on a public consultation with the people. Why are you not telling us what does this thing of yours stand for? Why are you not telling us what is the position of Lelo Yako on monopoly capital? What is the position of your organization on the global dynamics of forces? What is the position of your organization?
And I think, man, the fighters, by doing this, they have actually fallen into the trap of Shivambu. This is exactly what Shivambu wanted. This is exactly what Shivambu wanted. He wanted this back and forth with the EFF. This is exactly what he wanted.
He has something negative to say about the EFF. Every time he takes a platform, hayi mna ndandingafuna ukulwa eParliament ndamiswa nguMalema. Hayi mna ndiyayazi babentshontsha kwi-municipalities. But Chief, you said you are going on a public consultation with the people. Why are you not telling us what does this thing of yours stand for? Why are you not telling us what is the position of Lelo Yako on monopoly capital?
What is the position of your organization on the global dynamics of forces? What is the position of the organization of Israel-Palestine, of Russia-Ukraine, of the Sahel region, of Morocco? Every time you open your mouth, you've got something negative to say about the EFF and its leaders. You are like a bitter ex. You know a bitter ex? You can't move on. We've moved on, my brother. Asiboyaga. Carry on with your things. We're carrying on with our things. We don't have time to entertain you. So we must remain very focused. We must not.
So this is the message of the EFF guys. They have to remain focused with these attacks that Shivambu is making. But guys, what are your thoughts? But what are your thoughts about the strategy that has been deployed by Maibuyo consultation process? Do you think that this strategy is going to work out in favor of Shivambu, or do you think that it is going to backfire? I don't know. Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and the most important part, subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.